Welcome back, party people. Here at Homestead still, I haven't left. I feel like I've been here forever, but man, it's been a great time, and I keep running into SR20 people, as you guys have seen in the videos, depending on what the order of this is. But if not, you're gonna see more SR20 videos or less. I don't know. But you saw Krishna's turbo 622 horsepower.
Yep.
B13, and if you haven't seen that, go back and check that out. That thing is a monster, and it's really a testament to what he's put together with Gio. And now we're gonna talk about something else. He has like the Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of situation where he has a car that's built strictly for big power, straight line. But what he's also done is he's also built a great track car. And today we're looking at his track car. We're gonna take a ride in it a little bit later today. But he is currently battling for the championship of the Autocross series that he's in here in Homestead. So we're gonna talk to the man. Here he is. You remember him, Krishna.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Say hi to the people, man. And if I get real close to you, it's only because it's a wide angle camera. You don't have to back up.
Oh, okay.
I just like to be in your face. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, we have your 2.1.
Yep.
Oh man, I just gave it away. We have your B13 here. Tell me, what is the inspiration behind having a full turbo monster and having a beast of a car too? Why do both? Why not be like have one and just build like a 280 horsepower, 300 horsepower track car? Tell me why both? Why both?
I guess for me, it's more like I want to focus on one type of, you can say, racing or like show, and to have one car to do both things, it's kind of hard.
Mm-hmm.
So, first start off with this one for racing. It's kind of hard to have a clean car and then you want to race it. You don't want to break something or crash it. So focused on racing first, and then came across, the turbo one, got that running nice and clean. So that's the reason of having, I have both, like I said, the best of both worlds.
Yeah. So you have basically the tools you need for each job.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that's my
like
kind of guy.
Yeah.
Now, we laughed about this yesterday, but it's not like you only have two chassis to build. So you have a lot of knives in your shed to play with, apparently, and some pending build. How many chassis do you have at the moment?
In total SR20 chassis is 8.
Oh, man, oh my goodness, your 401k must be fantastic. I'm messing with you. So tell me about this car. What year is this B13 here?
This is a 1994 Nissan Sentra SCR model. Yeah.
Now, is this the original color of the car, or?
No, my dad repainted, so it's a little darker and brighter than the original burgundy.
Mm-hmm.
But
other than that, it keeps the essence of the ruby pearl, because I think depending on if it's like 91, 92, the ruby pearl is different than the 93, 94.
Okay.
Like it changes, but just a little variant, if I remember correctly. But I love it because this one's full track inspired. Like besides you putting in the interior for me, basically this weekend, most of the time it sits with one seat, right?
Yeah, one seat, no back seat. Yeah, you could say, but the 20, 30 pounds does make a difference.
Well, it made a difference today.
Oh.
At the very, stay to the end of the video. It made a difference today. I won't spoil it, but you don't fast forward yet, but we'll get there. We'll talk about it. How did you get this car? How is it to where it is today? Tell me how this started.
Oh, sure. So I got the car back in 2013. I'm in Miami, based here, and I got it from Ocala. It's about a 4-hour drive. So I had a cousin check it out for me. Saw it on Craigslist, back then. And he said it was a good car. So right after work that same day, I rented a car, drove up there with a friend, and we saw it, picked it up, drove it back. It was stock, all stock, no rust. The 94, the second gen low port, and kept it stock for, I think it was about 2 years, and then just the motor messed up because the previous owner didn't take care of it, so all inside was just sludged and everything.
Yeah, and that's a common, people mistreat them with like oil changes. Yeah, so they're all sludged up.
An older person didn't take care of the car, and so the idea was to replace the motor. They didn't want to go back to a regular low port. So I did some research at the time. Again, it was back in, I think at that time now was 2016. So I was like, I'll just go with a roller rocker. So got a price for a roller rocker. It was about 900-ish.
Right.
At that same time, I got contact with Gio. I met Gio at the time, and Gio found me a VVL, which was actually Jay's old VVL motor that was
And well, if people don't know, he means Jay Mashad, which a lot of us over 40 guys know very well from the old school forums day. Eggman, for those of you who need his forum name. But yeah, great guy. So at least you got to meet him, which is really cool.
Yeah.
He's the guy. The guy's a legend. So you got the VE from Jay, and then what happened?
So I still have that motor. It's
nice.
home sitting out. So I got the VE from Jay. Gio installed it. You know, did all the work. At that time, it was just a daily, a clean daily. That's what I wanted at the time, and had it at daily for about 2 years. And then some guy ended up just sideswiping me coming out of a gas station.
Oh man, that's terrible.
And, you know, twisted the chassis on the right side. So the car sat for about 2 years. Was, you know, a little depressed and stuff. Between those 2 years, I was debating about selling the car, parting it out.
Yeah.
But I held on to it. Came across a STI Series 1, so I started driving that. And then at that time, I just slowly backed up the car. Then started drag racing it. Got into drag racing in 2021 after COVID. And was racing both cars, STI and this. Again, it was just BVL 2.5 exhaust, full exhaust, stock intake.
So full
eBay
bolt-ons.
Yeah, eBay headers, just basic stuff for a daily. It was pushing 179 to the wheels.
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah. Pretty much dragged both cars a quarter mile and found out that the Sentra was running 14.3 and the STI was a 14.1. So I was like, I don't think I want any payments no more. So I got rid of the car, sold the STI, and just focused on this. And it first started as a drag. So we had PBR, quarter mile track. So I was focused on just building the motor for drag setup. PBR ended up getting sold. So I kind of shift directions, and Gio told me about Autocross, which we're out here right now. I did it for the first time at the end of 2021, and I was hooked. You know, these cars, I know a lot of people, they love the drag race in the straight, but these cars really handles really well.
Yeah, and that's one thing I tell people usually is track a B13. Like these things were great at SCCA, even for road racing. They were great for autocrossing. They were great even in dirt tracks. Right. These things were one vehicle that did pretty much everything, and that's awesome. So it's cool that you've actually been able to do it in both worlds, the drag racing and autocrossing. Yeah. So from there, autocrossing it, you were autocrossing it on a VE, 170 some horsepower. Yeah. And how was the car doing at the time?
So it was, I won't say embarrassing, but yeah, not great. When I first came out, I had the suspension I got from Jay as well, Coney fronts cut and AGX rear on Hypercore, I think the second gen. I still have those as well. And the car was just rolling, like it was
like
rolling,
a boat, huh?
Yeah. And you know, kind of got hooked. Told Gio, and I did some research and came across your car, your videos, your you know, saw in the magazines, read up, did some research, and you know, I hit you up on Instagram, and we spoke a lot. So the first mod, so I stopped focusing about the motor, you know, performance, and just focused on suspension, brakes, and you know, I got the Fortune Autos you recommended. Again, I was debating if it'll be track, daily, so we went with the 8.6 spring rate. Yeah. I used that for a couple events, and then I told you, like, I think it felt too stiff, like too soft. Yeah. So then I contacted you again, and I think you told me Jeff had a
10.8.
A 10, yeah. So I got the 10. We took the 8 from the front, put in the rear, put the 10. The car felt a lot stiffer. Yeah. And from there, spoke to you about the bump stop. Yeah. Upgraded the bump stop. Put the Progress rear with adjustments. Like, start tweaking the car, and
I have to say, we got to leave it to that Mustang to always mess things up. Okay. That Mustang is incredibly loud. So don't worry, I'll cut this part out. Okay. Don't worry, I'll cut this part out. I won't cut this part out. Sorry, so you did 10.8. Yeah. And then the car felt more stable. Right. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah. So pretty much, you know, again, talking with you, seeing what we could be. And to be honest, I didn't know there was so many. It's not like a Civic where you have tons of options, but it still had a lot of options you could do suspension-wise to the car. So focused on the suspension, and then once I kind of got it the way it was, then we spoke about you again.
Yep.
We spoke about the brakes.
Yep.
Went with the stop techs.
Mm-hmm.
Big difference over the NX I had when we first did the swap.
Yeah.
And
That's a brake kit that I tell people, like, I mean, you could do the 1175 Willwood, but the brake pedal feel, I feel because of the stiffness of this caliper, the STR48, I believe, or it might be the STR42, I don't remember, but it's one of those. The difference in the stiffness of caliper, you feel it in the pedal. So it's a great kit overall. It's a great kit, yeah. And so we got brakes, we got suspension, you started doing bushings, and then what happened? What did you realize after that?
Like the way the car felt and stuff?
Well, as far as like, how was the car performing at that point?
Oh, for sure. Like now, I got into the first season. So the Autocross here started like a point series. After doing those mods, and I entered that and did the full season, and I placed second, which was great. And the cool thing about every time I kept coming out, it's about 7 races each season. Right now I'm in my 3rd season. So this is actually my 20th Autocross out here. And a lot of people were like, you know, they're like, oh, what type of car is this?
What is it?
What year it is? You know, so they're kind of confused, which is pretty cool. So, you know, every time it was always at least 2 people coming up, you know, checking out the car, asking questions. So that was pretty cool. So it did really great. And then the second season came, got more familiar with the track and everything. My second race in the second season. So obviously I have, at the same time I was doing track, you know, going back and forth. So I have oil cooler and a sandwich plate to redirect everything. And we put the sandwich plate on the housing with the oil filter. And I guess all the racing, the vibration stuff, the housing on the motor actually broke off. Off the neck. And oil spilled on the track and ended up sliding off. And
so you slid on your own oil?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Caught on the back tires. And I have a video, like you can see the oil filter just bouncing.
That's crazy.
So I caught a video of that. And I missed 3 events that second season. The car set, and then the cool thing is that on the side, Gio was already building a 2.1.
Nice.
Just to have when we were ready to, you know, to drop in. And
that's a good backup plan to have, man.
Sure, yeah.
That's wild.
And
so the 2.1 went in after the previous one blew up based on the oil filter housing failure.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing is the motor didn't blow up.
Oh, okay.
I guess right when the oil came off and it slid, the motor shut off. So Gio put in another housing, stock housing. We just tested it. The motor was holding pressure and everything, which that was Jay's motor. So we took that out, placed it aside. Gio dropped in the 2.1. So that was late 2023. I think I must have did 100 miles braking, and I took it to Homestead Speedway, which is across the street, and did a track day with it with 100 miles on it, and instantly you could feel the torque. And then when we took it to the dyno, it was about 230, 231.
That's big
power.
About
a 14 horsepower difference from the SR20 VE I had prior, which made 217. And then when Gio took it to, we took it to the dyno after it had some, you know, rotation and stuff in it, and it came out 251 to the wheels.
$251, man. 251 for people out there who don't think 251 on a VE or a 2.1. 251 in a turbo B13, I think is great. You guys saw Troy's car, which is turbo, doing 250. 251 NA is a whole different animal. Like, this is a whole different feeling than a turbo. Like, this thing is so linear. It's nuts. I've never. Maybe it's in combination with the 5.1 final drive that you have.
Yeah.
But man, this thing is linear. Like, this thing hauls. Like, it is badass. I will say, I mean, I'm very impressed with what you've built here.
Thanks.
Yeah. So the 2.1 goes in.
Yeah.
And then, well, how does it improve your next season here at Autocross?
So we actually got in time to like to do about 2 races in that same second season just to kind of test it out and stuff. And felt the difference in the car, like instant torque. Like you just feel the torque, the low RPMs, the car. Because that was the one thing here is I was missing that coming out the turns, and it would just take some time to get in VVL.
Right.
So I saw a difference in the time from the other cars I was like head to head with. So then now this season, the 3rd season starts, and man, it's I guess the season driving experience, seat time.
So this is season 3.
Season 3, yeah.
Season 3, you've had a full season in the 2.1, and currently, what place are you in?
Oh, today, yeah, first overall in front wheel drive.
There you go. And today, you're actually here to win the championship.
Exactly, yeah.
That's it. Like, you're already ahead of everybody else. Like today, it's just you're gonna go out there and you're gonna do parade laps.
Yeah, just seal it.
You're gonna drink like Martinelli's apple juice, sparkling apple juice, while you do the laps, right? Because you don't need to beat anybody. You just need to show up and win.
Exactly, yeah.
But knowing you're not gonna do that. You're gonna go out there. You're gonna drive it like you stole it.
Yeah.
Like you have all season. What kind of competition have you had with this out here? Like, who's your biggest competitor out here on that list?
Well, the biggest one, front wheel, obviously that's my class, is 2022 Elantra N.
Okay.
And if you guys don't know, that's pretty much like a race car out the factory.
That's a cheater.
Cheater car.
I mean, come on, 2.1 B13 Elantra N.
Yeah.
You know, it's all electrical. It's what is it? DSG. Like it's all paddle shift. It's like the guy just presses the gas and it does everything, right? Like. That's not fair, but for this to even be fighting with that and still be first place, it's a feat. It's honestly a fantastic feat because I see people see you pull up, and because over the last 3 years you've been doing this, people talk and people are all over like, oh yeah, that maroon car, like it sounds crazy, it's quick, like you should see it. Like I saw dads talking to their daughters. Obviously the daughter didn't care, but the dad said, oh, look at this car, look at this is the one I want to hear. I came here to see this thing. Like you've developed like this cult following for your B13 here with what you've done, because a lot of people who have maybe never heard of this thing, or people who have never seen one and never thought to even look at this thing and give it a chance, now they're looking at it here and they're thinking, whoa, like this thing's got it. I mean, you've really fine-tuned this thing for what you need it for. We were talking about tools earlier. You've really sharpened this tool to your craft. Like this thing is completely amazing. So let's go around the car. Tell me what you got. We'll go from front to back.
Sure.
Krishna, obviously the first thing I see is this big old intake in your headlight. And that's not just for looks. That goes really right into your intake, right?
Yeah, right into the filter.
Yep. I can't see it, but yeah, trust me guys, it goes right into the filter for his warm air intake. And these are nice. I have to say, like these
those make a big
looking
difference on the track days. So all the temps go down about 8-10 degrees for sure.
Wow, that's a huge difference, man.
Yeah.
That's a huge, especially out here where it's crazy hot.
No.
Like crazy hot and humid here. Like that is nuts. That is a 93, 94 headlight and grille, right?
Yeah, the whole front, except for the lip, obviously that's from the Volkswagen.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to keep a stock look.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
Very unassuming.
I was tracking the car, so I have wrecked it twice on the track across there. So if I had a JDM bumper or something, I would have.
That would really hurt. Yeah, for sure.
So kept the stock. I did go with the GTS side skirts.
Yeah, that's awesome. It makes it a little lower. It makes it look a little lower.
Racy.
What's your wheel and tire combo?
So the rims are the Graham Lights 57 DR. 4x100. 15 by 8, so it's an 8 width.
Now, what color is that? Is that hawk gray?
It's supposed to be semi gloss black, but
that is brake pad dust. That means you've been putting in work today.
Yeah, gotta clean that.
There you go. Look at you can see, there it is right there. And that's the Stop Tech 1175 kit from Fast Brakes.
Exactly.
If you guys want that kit and you're serious about it, you can contact me. I'll put my email down in the description. I see your oil filter down there, so you've mounted it. It's actually it's in front of the front wheel.
When we went with the 2.1, obviously I had the the bad experience with the
So that wasn't gonna happen again.
We got rid of that. We did I got an adapter from Mazworks. And then we went with a remote relocation and mounted it there.
Yeah.
You know, get air as well.
It's not gonna happen to you again. Fool you once, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Shame on you. And then in the rear, what brakes do we have?
The P10.
P10 brake upgrade.
Yep.
Okay, so it's balanced. So that means you're running a Ultimo master cylinder.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's
Yep.
perfect. That's the biggest one you can get on this. You got the OEM mud guards.
Yep. I had to cut the front for the
To fit the side skirt.
skirts,
Yeah. And then you have a custom license plate. I was asking him about this earlier. This is pretty awesome. The fact that you have like custom license plates of like different countries is pretty cool.
Yeah.
A little weight reduction in the rear bumper.
Yeah, that was more for when I was doing the track, but it's gonna turn the car into more of an autocross, but still keep it for the look.
It stays, you know. It reminds you of your other days.
Exactly. Yeah.
3-inch exhaust.
Yeah, full 3-inch.
And that is from VRS Exhaust Systems.
Correct. Yeah.
They're so popular out here. They've been doing that for years. They've been around forever. In the rear, you have adjustable control arms.
Yeah.
Those are the what brand?
Megan
control arms, which if you guys don't know, the Megan control arms are pretty much the same thing as the hard race ones, just different stickers is really what it is. They probably all come from the same plant, but great stuff nonetheless because I have them on the black car. The car, you did repaint it.
Yeah.
Pretty unassuming. It's on Fortunato 500s,
Yes.
10K front, 8K rear.
Yep.
Hyperco or Swift?
Hyperco.
Hyperco springs?
Yeah.
Okay. And interior wise, pretty much stock? Is it okay? Can you open the door for me? Cool.
Stock with a racing seat and then just some custom gauge where the radio was.
Yeah, this racing seat, like, I mean, Krishna, like, this is not fat people friendly. Like, this is like size 34 waist is not fitting in this thing, but you fit perfectly in it. Like, I see your seating position is like perfect. Yeah, like you're right up on the steering wheel. You got the gauge pods in here.
Yeah, those pods. I got the water temp, a digital water temp.
Yeah.
Oil pressure and temp, and obviously the air fuel ratio.
All the important vitals that you need to, right?
Actually, the oil pressure helped me one track day last year, where the line for the oil cooler got cut, and I actually dropped oil pressure. The car was acting up; it wasn't really going to VVL, which was the first time I ever experienced. I wasn't sure but when I saw the gauge, on full throttle, it was usually 70, high 70s.
Yeah.
It was like low 20s.
Wow.
And I knew something was wrong, so I came off, parked in the garage, and saw just a whole bunch of oil on the floor. Saw and that the oil line got cut.
Yeah.
And dumped all the oil.
See, that's why it's important to have vitals when you do track days like this, ladies and gentlemen. What shifter do you have? Is that just a stock shifter, or?
Yeah, that's the stock I got a couple years ago.
Now we gotta get to the money. Like, this is the money. This is what people are waiting for. They want to see this. Show us what a 2.1 looks like. Go ahead and pop that hood. Show people the goods. And again, this is amazing work by Gio. Again, your mechanic.
Yeah, well, builder, tuner, everything.
Everything. He's one-stop shop, man.
Fabrication, everything.
So tell me, 2.1. What was involved with building this 2.1? Is it just a standard SR20 VE head and just an assembly of parts to basically bore and stroke this over to 2.1?
Yeah. So all you need to do is you don't have to touch the head, but I did springs and retainers on the head because we want to rev out as we could rev up to 9,000, but we kept it at 85.
Yeah.
So the head, you don't really have to do anything, but for the block, you have to bore it out to 88. That was done locally. If it's anything more than 88, you would need to sleeve it, as recommended. So we got that all done in-house, and pretty much the whole bottom block, after we got bored, Gio does everything. Pistons, rods.
Just OEM pistons, rods, or just the oversized pistons?
Yeah.
Okay. What brand pistons was it?
It was, I forgot the name, but they don't make those anymore. We could put the name across.
Well, you'll give me the info and I'll put it down for those who are curious to know.
Because I know most people do the CP pistons and stuff.
Okay.
But it was, it started with an O, but could drop that.
Header, what header are you using?
The header is a Tri-Y.
Okay.
Long. The rods are Eagle rods.
And you're using a Messier water pump.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, cool.
One of the mods we had for the 2.0.
Okay.
For the track days.
Yeah, the way more consistent flow of water. That's nothing wrong with the OEM stuff, but yeah, that's one less belt to drive for sure.
And then since Gio was in there, we also went with the Mazworks oil squirter.
Oh, okay.
So
No
it
shit.
has 2 openings instead of 1.
Uh-huh.
So just to give it some more oil.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So we did that.
So you did build it, future-proof it almost. Basically, you try to think of everything.
Yeah, and another plus with that, you not only get 2 openings for oil, it's a threaded.
Oh, okay.
Where the stock, it's just like a push-in from the
yeah.
So that could pop out. I heard
Yep.
from other people that it popped out.
That's nice. Yeah, so again, vitals are important, guys. There's his water temp sensor that gives his gauge the reading. You have the Fortunatos. You can see the camber plates there. And then you see this intake manifold. This is a custom piece.
Yeah, custom
from
Gio.
Gio makes it as well. Now, does he offer that as something he sells, or is that just...
No, well, yeah, from what I know, yeah, he just makes it whenever he has time, but it's not something he puts out for sale or anything.
And he made the intake as well into
yeah.
this box, man. The guy's doing it all, man. Like you said, he's a one-stop shop to everything that he does. That's well done. You got a breather can here with the radium fittings. Yep. That's cool. Do you get a lot of blow by that comes into that, or
no?
Like we're doing maintenance as we do videos. Oh,
I think I must have done 3 track days and at least 8 autocross and nothing.
Oh,
more of a just safety.
Yeah, safety. Yeah,
safety.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, so this goes to show, like, when something is built right and built well and built, to withstand what you're gonna do. This thing has done a full season. It did 2 track days last, or 2 autocross events last year, right, when you were testing it, and here it is, still healthy as ever. We drove here, it was 40 minutes. You're going to drive back, you know what I mean? So, and it's very unassuming. As far as the transmission in this thing, I did notice that it revs real quick. What's in there?
So it's a 32 series B13 transmission LSD, and we do have put in the M Factory 5.1 in it.
That thing makes such a huge difference. Yeah. That's a huge difference, because there are portions of the track, and you guys can hear the people going, behind us there, that there's portions of the track where he just does not drop out of EVL because of the 5.1. So 5.1 is pretty much the way to go for, I would say, for autocross, big track or track day B13s. 5.1 is, I think, very much so where it's at. And that's where I was going before I moved to Tennessee. I had it ready to go, because 5.1, I really do think that's going to be the biggest trick. And I'm going to say that for NA guys, maybe not Turbo S, but for the NA VE guys, 5.1 is where it's at. So Krishna, the only thing we have to do now, which we already did, but we're filming this backwards. It's fine. I got to tell you guys, this thing is nuts. Like, it's nuts. Like I've driven my VE B13 for forever now, and to get into this 2.1, I figured, okay, so it has a 50 additional horsepower, but it is a huge difference. It is massively different how this thing delivers its power, because it's on power all the time, very linear, very smooth. Gio did a great job tuning this thing. He did a great job building this thing, and Krishna, you did a great job telling him exactly what you wanted. Like, this is the parts that he's put together in this. It's a great formula and a wonderful combination. And so if you guys want any info on this, follow Krishna. I'll put his Instagram here down at the bottom. And do you have it on the back of your shirt, actually?
Oh, yeah.
Look at this guy, prepared. So I'm gonna touch your shoulder here. He gave consent. So follow Krishna. That's his Instagram right there. The guy does drag racing. He does autocross in this B13, and he knows what he's doing. He really is doing all the work, doing all the testing, and putting this thing to work. So let's go ahead and do those laps now. And Krishna, again, I appreciate you having me out here. Okay, so again, what I was saying is thank you to Krishna for having me out here and inviting me out here to enjoy this. This has been spectacular, man. I mean, meeting Marcos, DeWeet, yourself, and your whole crew, and then burning my lips on the jerk chicken was something else. So we're gonna actually have to meet your cook. Okay, so I'm adding him to the end of this video because he's getting that special mention, and he actually came in here in a pretty cool P10 as well. So we're gonna add him to the end. So stay after the laps because we're gonna meet. What is your cook's name? I'm sorry.
Oh, it was my cousin. Craig. Yeah.
Craig. Your cousin Craig. he said it was mild, man, but that jerk chicken, again, that's spicy. So again, thank you, Krishna.
No,
thank you for everything, and thanks for everybody. Thank you guys for watching. Let's watch the laps, and then let's go ahead and watch that special mention to his cook, Craig. All right, so this is the last run of the day. My second time out. The first time, like I said, it was a blur. It was a blur. It's like running it in fast forward, guys. This is crazy. Like, here we go. God damn.
48.
So was that better than the last one still?
Oh yeah, that should have put me in first.
Oh no,
Should have.
last run of the day should have put you in first place. What a way to close the video. What a way. Again, guys, now you're officially first for the season.
No, for the season for sure, yeah.
Officially first for the season. Best run of the day, last run of the day. Am I having a stroke? One eye is bigger than the other. Anyway, maybe it's because he was going so fast. Guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. That was awesome. Krishna, go ahead and give him the peace.
All right, thanks guys.
Laters. So this right here, this man, again, you guys saw the laps, but I had said you got to stay after. This is special mention to Craig,
Yes.
today's cook. And today, I mean, that jerk chicken, man, it was delicious. You prepared it here at the track. And I mean, my lips were swollen, like Kardashian swollen from the heat. It said mild on the bottle, bro, but it was spicy, man. It was spicy, so kudos to you. But I also wanted to talk to you a little bit because you're not just the barbecue guy. You drive a P10, bro.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the P10. What year is this P10?
That's a 91.
91?
Yeah.
That thing is, what color is this?
Well, it is pearl. It's black, but it has pearl and green in it.
Yeah, I mean, when I walked up to it, I saw like green in it.
Yeah.
And then it looks
At nighttime,
purple.
it's green, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like purple. I thought it was black. Like it has all kinds of colors in it. It looks pretty dope, man.
Yeah,
it looks pretty dope.
Thank you.
So as far as power plant in it, what's in there, bro?
Well, it's stock, but it just has some cams and one cams in it.
Okay.
And
I see.
basically the headers. Yeah.
I mean, you got ASP headers. That's quality right there, bro.
Yeah.
That's quality. Like people pay money just for the ASP.
Right.
Like that's a good header. You got the V and one cams. What ECU is this running?
Not too sure, but I believe it's a stock one.
Really?
Yeah. but
No,
they shipped it
damn,
out.
bro.
Yeah.
That is, you know, this reminds me of like, because back in the day,
Mhm.
and I don't mean to walk behind you, but back in the day, like I would remember seeing all the South Florida cars,
Yeah.
and they all had like the GT3s, right? The wheels.
Yeah.
And this is total like 2000s nostalgia for me, like the Florida cars. You know what I mean? Because it's the GT3s. It's lowered. This has. Is this the USDM bumper or is that a JDM bumper?
Yeah, I just put a lip on it.
Okay. And the side skirts are the Primera EGT side skirts, right?
Yeah, and a back bumper. And
Oh,
a
in the
strut.
back. Oh, I didn't even look back here.
And then JDM mirrors also.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You have the EGT bumper. Yeah. What exhaust is that?
I forgot, man.
Because that's a nice looking.
You know how
bumper.
long I had this car? Almost 10 years now.
You know what? That actually looks like the Fujitsu exhaust, the JDM one, because it's even offset for the bumper and
And
everything.
it's 3 inch. It's 3
really?
inch going now. It's 2
Oh,
to
no.
3.
That's nice, dude. How long have you had this?
Almost 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
Man, you know how many people actually have the same SR20 car for more than a couple of years at a time? So for you to keep this, it's awesome. Does it have air conditioning?
I have the AC compressor in the back. I gotta put
Oh no!
yeah.
How do you guys do it with no
it.
AC?
4 door. I got the windows go down. All 4 windows go down.
Oh
It's
my
cool.
God,
Yeah, it's
man!
cool. We keep
I
cooling, man.
could not do this out here without air conditioning. Like even in the tent, you
Right.
guys have like a box fan set up and everything to keep cool because it is hot, man.
It is hard, man.
You know, I'm sure Krishna appreciates you coming out and supporting him and doing this
man,
because
my
you're
cousin, man, you know,
you're melting your ass off out here doing this, bro.
Hey,
You know,
I like to cook too, so you know.
and you
Yeah,
barbecue, man. So
yeah.
you're slaving over the hot grill, getting that jerk
Well, if
chicken
you
done.
like to do it, it's no problem.
Yeah, hey, dude.
So
I know he appreciates it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate it, Craig. I
Yeah.
appreciate you bringing your P10 and being out here with us today.
Next time you
the-
come, you probably get curry goat.
Oh, see, hey, next time yuca
Yeah,
and
curry goat.
rice and beans, right? Rice
Oh,
and black
yeah,
beans.
yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there you
That's
go,
it, man.
there you go.
My
Yeah,
brother,
sir, bless.
I won't take too much of your time. I appreciate
All right,
you,
man.
guys.
Thank
This is
you.
all love here in Miami, in Southern Florida. It's awesome. Peace.